In today's episode, I've headed up here to the mountains to enjoy this beautiful scenery and to make a dreamy blueberry and cured pork salad with toasted walnuts and Norwegian chèvre. And to finish it off, we're having Lapa, or Norwegian griddle cakes, with sour cream and fresh rhubarb compote. We're gonna start making the dough for the Lapa, or the griddle cakes, and I'm gonna start melting the butter. We're gonna whisk together 2 eggs and some sugar. I'm gonna whisk this until it's nice and light and fluffy. Okay, and now I'm gonna add in some buttermilk, or couture milk. This is gonna make it really nice and fluffy. And then we're gonna add in our melted butter that has cooled. Okay, now that I've got the buttermilk, the melted butter, the eggs and the sugar all combined together, going to add in a bit of spelt flour and whole wheat flour. So it's about 50-50, but you of course can use all-purpose flour. You can use different types, barley, rye, oat if you like. And this will just give it a really nice kind of hearty, rustic flavor. And then I'm just gonna add in a pinch of cinnamon. You can also add in cardamom, and we just stir this all together to make a nice thick batter. You don't want to over stir it, just enough to kind of combine everything. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now this needs to sit for about 15 to 20 minutes just to rest and to swell. And while this is resting, we're going to get started on the salad. So I'm just found some of the first of the season. These are crackling, and they have kind of a earthy, not so sweet, but not really bitter either, flavor. And I think this would be really nice to add into our salad. So I'm going to be making, it's a really simple salad. It's really delicious. It's perfect for this time of year as well. And what we do is we start with some mix of greens. And then we're going to be using this Norwegian cured pork, or spekeskinke, which is really nice. It's thin, it's kind of salty. And then I'm going to top it with some fresh blueberries. And soon, as you can see around me, we are on top of all these bilberry or wild blueberry plants. So in just a few weeks' time, we'll be able to pick our own wild blueberries. But I'm going to use some of these first of the cracklings that we found, put them in there as well. Okay, now I'm going to take the Norwegian chèvre, which is a soft goat cheese, and just sprinkle it. And now I've got some toasted walnuts that I'm going to put on top. And to finish it all off, I've got this nice dressing that I made before I came up. And it's a really simple, basic dressing. It's olive oil, lemon juice, and then a bit of Dijon mustard and honey. So here we have a really great simple salad. It's fresh, it's got bright colors, full of flavor, lovely salt from the cured pork, a bright bursting flavor from those blueberries, and then the salty chèvre, the toasted walnuts, and that really yummy honey Dijon dressing. It's really simple and easy to take out in nature and enjoy. To finish off the meal, I'm going to be making the Lapa. So we're going to get those cooking now that the dough has had time to rest. So I'll just start the grill again. So I've just brought with me a portable gas grill. Of course, there's so many different variations that you can bring up with you, especially when you're going out into nature or you're going camping. And this is just something I can quickly put in the backpack and come on up. Okay, so I'm just going to ladle the batter into our pan that's all warmed up. Of course, you could always pre-make the batter at home and then just stick it into a canister. It'd be much easier to pour instead of making it up here. The wonderful thing about being able to cook out in nature is it just really grounds you. And to enjoy a meal out in this nature is just one of life's greatest gifts. To be able to cook and enjoy. And that's what's so wonderful about living in Norway, is your proximity to nature, your ability to enjoy the wildlife, no matter what the weather is. As you can see today, sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's sunny. You know, this is the Norwegian seasons, and you have to enjoy it for what it is. And as they say here, there's no such thing as bad weather, only bad clothing. So Lapa, also known as svella here in Norway, these are just traditional griddle cakes. And you'll often find them if you're taking the ferry in the summer. They'll be selling the svella on board, often filled with brown cheese or with a buttercream frosting. And other words, of course, we call them in this valley Lapa. And you can make them in different variations and with different toppings. And so today, we're going to be serving it with sour cream and rhubarb compote. Okay, it's all nice and golden, all ready. Look at that. Our hearty griddle cakes with spelt and whole wheat flour. Okay, I'm going to top it with a little bit of sour cream. And I've got rhubarb compote here. And the rhubarb comes from my garden. I made this yesterday. It's so simple to make. You basically cook down the rhubarb with some sugar and till you get this really nice consistency. And it adds a really fresh seasonal flavor to our lapa or our griddle cakes, and such a nice way to finish our meal and to look out with this view. Is there anything better than sitting out in nature, no matter what the weather is, and enjoying a home-cooked meal with this beautiful view?